dog. All right,
That's it.
for the NFC, man, let's just run through it, man, because we up against the clock, bro. So let's run through it super quick, man. Um, let's see here. Do you want to do the bubble or do you want to do who's in the playoffs?
We can start with who's in the playoffs. We
All
can
right,
start
so
knock them
boom,
out.
the Lions for sure. We don't have to worry about them. Eagles, blah. Now this is where it gets juicy, man. The Seahawks, man, to be or not to be. So for me, the Seahawks, I am going to say they are to be taken serious because I do think they will win the division and ultimately take that 3 seed, possibly the 4 seed. But I do think they're going to be one of the division winners, man. Now, this is where it gets kind of tricky for real. The Atlanta Falcons and the dog shit. Like, man, has the NFC South always been ass? Like, is it just always going to be mediocre? Like, I'm not an NFC South fan, but for as long as I can remember, even with the Drew Brees Saints, like a lot of those Drew Brees Saints weren't great. There's a lot of 8-8 and 7-9 in there too, bro. These niggas always been at. That's just a mediocre division, bro. So Rod, I'll let
Hell,
you have that one, bro.
even with Matt Ryan, he had some 4-12 seasons and shit with Julio
Right.
Jones and all that. Like it was crazy.
It's
Like
crazy, bro.
it's just a weird division. So the Falcons, Herbie. I'm gonna say the Falcons to be or not to be. Herbie, I'm gonna say the Falcons are not to be playing with Kirk Cousins no more because they probably gonna start Michael Penix before the year is over.
They
Honestly,
got to,
Herbie,
dog. That game, I went back and watched film on that game. That shit was bad, bro. Like the
Herbie, I
fact
think
that,
he's cooked, man.
dog, the fact that the Chargers didn't blow that game out of proportion, and you motherfuckers want to still talk to me about Justin Herbert? Like, shut up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, shut up, bro. Like he threw 4 picks and they won by 1 point, dog. Like Kirk was awful. And this is somebody who's been defending and who's been proud and who's been rooting for Kirk Cousins this season. He had a game where he had no business being out there. There's a difference between having a bad game. He had this dude is detrimental to the success of this team right now game. Like,
Complete
what are
meltdown
we?
game. Just
It
a
wasn't
complete
even a
meltdown.
meltdown. To me, a meltdown is you don't know what you're doing. Jameis is a meltdown game, right? Like he's just throwing picks. He doesn't know what's going on, bro. That's a meltdown. This was you are not physically able to do the job game. That's what this was, dog. This was you do not have the physical capabilities to do it. The last pick he threw, that shit was a duck. Like literally, it was the slowest throw that a throw has been thrown in the past 20 seasons, bro. Since they started counting it, dog. The shit only went 9 miles per hour or something like that, bro. This nigga don't got no juice, kid. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
He done.
All right, so the Vikings, they're 99%. They're in, and God, to be.
I do want to make a point about the Vikings, Herbie.
Go ahead, bro. It's all yours.
What I will say about the Vikings is, Herbie, the funny thing about them for me is that I think the Vikings fans are due for another heartbreaking loss. Because for whatever reason, they're the one team that always manages to take a journeyman quarterback, put a fucking awesome team around him, make the playoffs. And Herbie, we know how this story ends every time.
Every single time.
We saw with Teddy Bridgewater against the Seahawks, the missed fucking field goal. We saw the Case Keenum, what happened to them in the playoffs, that they had a miracle victory just to let down the very next weekend. Like, it's just like, and I just see this team, they have a great defense under, with B-Flow, the guys they have on defense. They have Justin Jefferson and fucking Addison. And you know what? Sam Darnold, to his credit, has been the quarterback spearheading the 9th best offense in points somehow. That's a credit to fucking Kevin O'Connell. That's a great fucking coach. All right. But at some point, Herbie, we always like this story is a story that is as old as football time. And the only time I could ever remember it even remotely, even closely working out was Nick Foles winning that Super Bowl, and that was really lightning in a bottle because Carson Wentz was having an MVP year. He gets hurt at the end of the year, and Nick Foles finishes it out. And to his credit, he won the fucking Eagles a Super Bowl. But when do we ever see, like, when do you ever see a guy like Sam Darnold and even a great team around him ever do anything in the playoffs? Now, this year could be different. This could be their year, Herbie, but the Vikings, even though they're to be in the playoffs, they're a team that nobody has faith in because Sam Darnold is the quarterback. And until Sam Darnold could win some playoff games, Herbie, was to me sounds fucking. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone saying that
Yeah,
shit.
you are in the
You
Twilight
know what I'm
Zone.
saying?
All right. Y'all gonna get what y'all asking for. All right, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see.
Yeah. Hey,
Y'all gonna see. All right, I'll take the Packers. So to be or not to be, I will say this, and they're playing right now, and this is a microcosm of the Packers and as a whole, right? Like I do not trust the Packers, so I will say they are not to be taken serious as a true contender. I don't trust them. They're down 10-zip. You feel me? Right now, they look dominant against a Dolphins team just a week ago, and now they can't move a ball against a team that has 13 people on IR right now, right? With the so-called a quote unquote elite top 5 type quarterback that everybody wants to rush and anoint in Jordan Love. And again, they could come back. He's talented enough. The offense is explosive enough to be dangerous, but I just haven't seen it on a consistent basis. And yes, they're 9-3, but almost three of those three of those victories came when he wasn't even on the field. They won with fucking Malik Willis.
That's true. That's true.
They won with Malik Willis.
This is what I'll say about the Packers, Herbie. Like, to your point, while I don't view them as a true contender, if I were to give them a designation, at least in my opinion, I think they're the biggest wild. Like, there is no result for the Packers that would surprise me. None. If they get knocked out in the first round, Herbie, if they get knocked out in the first round, okay. If they make it to the NFC Championship, okay. Like, I can buy any result that happens to the Packers. That's the kind of team they are. They're just a complete fucking wild card.
100%. All right, let's speed through these, man. So, Commanders, go ahead, Rod.
The Commanders are to be a sneaky opponent in the playoffs. I think they're going to make it, Herbie. I think they're going to make it, Herbie. And Jaden Daniels, for a majority of the year, has performed at a pretty high level for a fucking rookie. And, I'm interested in seeing what Washington could do in the playoffs, man, because the NFC to me doesn't – the NFC is like real top heavy, but everybody else, man, I mean, let's say the Commanders let's just say they get the Seahawks. Like, I could see them going into Seattle and winning that game. It'll be tough, but I could see them doing that. Or maybe they go into Tampa Bay. Like, the Commanders can very well upset somebody at home, as long as they don't get. I think the Eagles or the Lions. I don't think they'll be ready for those two teams in their buildings in a playoff scenario right now. But anybody else, bro, I mean, the Commanders are dangerous for anybody else in the NFC.
All right. I'll take the Bucks. The Bucks, to be or not to be, I do think we will see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs because I think they are going to ultimately take over the Atlanta Falcons and take over the division, bro. So they are to be a force to reckon with in the NFC South as the potential and eventual NFC South champions, man. Your go on the Cardinals. 6-6, second in the NFC West. If they lose this game against the Seattle Seahawks, they're going to drop from a current 41% chance to make the playoffs all the way down to an 11% chance probably making the playoffs, man. So how do you feel about them, Rod? To be or not to be?
The Cardinals are not to be a team that you can believe in right now. They showed a lot of promise this year, Herbie. Kyler Murray looks like he's finally taking football seriously and is putting less time.
Hey, hold on now. Ever since the new Call of Duty dropped, bro, his numbers have taken a hit. They showed the the pre-update and the post-update, dog. That Call of Duty got a hold of my nigga, man. And as somebody who's been playing it, it's ass. Like this Call of Duty is ass. So I know he's been playing because he's probably been trying to like really rank, and it's hard to rank because the game is so broken and it's so garbage. So yeah, bruh. Listen, I ain't saying he not doing what he supposed to do. I ain't saying he on that Call of Duty that KO that COD dope again, bro. But I don't know.
Numbers don't lie.
It's looking like he hit it looking like he hit the needle again, dog. It looking like he hit the needle and he hit it hard.
He done lost focus, man. He done lost focus.
He
man.
might, man. All right, man, we got a whole bunch. So I want to blitz through these guys because there's some funny ones that I actually want to talk about right there, man. So
go ahead,
boom.
man. Have at it.
All right, Rams. I mean, at some point, like they have too many situations where they need too many different tiebreakers to get in, right? So I don't think they're getting in to be not on that side, to not be on NBC, ABC, or Fox, whatever the fuck the playoffs are going to be, man. 49ers, same thing, bro. They're grits, right? Here we go. The fucking Cowboys, dog.
You've been waiting for this one. The
2024 Dallas Cowboys with a current 3% chance of making the playoffs, which goes up to a vaunted and 6% if they beat the Cincinnati Bengals this week. If they lose, it will go to a heartbreaking less than 1% chance of making the playoffs, man. To be or not to be with the Cowboys. To be in hell or not to ever have a chance of winning a championship. Which one do you want? How do you want your steak, man? How do you want it? You want it well done or you want it burnt? Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the point of this? Why are we doing this? Like, I meant to say it on the last pod. We don't even know how to tank right. We are the most can't do shit right organization in the NFL right now, bruh. Like, when you're supposed to win, you lose in a laughable fashion. When you're supposed to lose, you beat people that you're not supposed to beat. Like, and then the worst of it all, we're doing just enough to give Jerry Jones a reason to bring Mike McCarthy back. Why? You guys
Football
wonder
purgatory, man.
You guys wonder why I abandoned myself, why I distanced myself, why I left this team for dead. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not fun. It's not rewarding. I don't get a fucking banner. There's nothing that comes from this. It just hurts. It just hurts. It hurts so much. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why? I don't want this anymore, man. Like I came in like I wanted to be funny, but the more that I thought about it, the sadder it is, bruh. I don't even have any jokes anymore, dog.
You're not done with them, dog.
I'm lifeless. I have nothing else to give you bastards, dog. Why do you take and take and take? Jesus Christ, man.
This sounds like therapy, man. This sounds like therapy right
dog.
now.
It's like, dog. You niggas
Your whole
have
life,
a 6% chance if they win to make the playoffs. Just lose. This is the time to lose. And you don't even want to do that right, bro. God damn, man. All right. Screw the Saints. They're not interesting. Here we go. Last two teams. These teams are way more interesting, man. So, Rod, have at it with the Bears with the 1% chance if they lose, a 1% chance currently, and a 1% chance if they win to make the playoffs, bro. Have at it, bro.
Listen, Herbie. The Chicago Bears are to be happy that Matt Eberflus is gone.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like
Silver
at the end of
lining.
the day, that's the silver lining. Listen, Bears fans. If there's any hope, if there's any kind of, like Herbie put it, silver lining I could give you, any kind of shining bright light, it's the fact that you got rid of the cancer that was there, right? You
Mhm.
cut it out. You cut out a benign cancer that was in your system. Now you have your quarterback, Caleb Williams. While he has struggled, he's a rookie. You got to give him time. He wasn't going to get the proper development under this head coach. You have a chance to pair him with maybe someone younger who's more innovative or someone more experienced. That's going to be on the choice of the organization. You know, you can go the Sean Payton route. You can go the Sean McVay, McDaniel, Matt LaFleur route. I don't know what route they're going to go. But they got rid of a known problem. And that is the hey, listen, Herbie, that could be the start to a whole different franchise, right? You get your quarterback paired with the right coach, a coach who has a vision for him, a coach who knows how to build around him. At the end of the day, you never know. Hey, the sky's the limit. And listen, Bears fans, you're in a tough division. And at least for the time being, it is believed you got the main pick right, right? As long as you have a quarterback that's going to be able to go up against the Packers and the Detroit Lions, and damn, y'all whole division is geeked up. So you're going to need a competent coach that's going to be able to come up with the right plans, the right game plans, who's going to be able to study and attack your division rivals, understand their weaknesses and their strengths enough when you go up against them. So, listen, Bears fans, you're not doing shit for the playoff. That 1% chance, you might as well wipe your ass for that shit. But at the end of the day, you have brighter days ahead because the big fucking dark cloud over your organization has finally dissipated.
All right, man. Well said. Absolutely well said. But here's the problem, Rod. It's the Bears. It's just the cycle's going to start over next year, bro. And it could continue into perpetuity, bro. Let's be honest.
Groundhog Day, man. Groundhog Day, man. Groundhog Day, man. Fucking
All
Bears
right,
fans. I'm
man.
sorry.
I'm sorry. We tried, man. We really tried to be serious with that one, dog. But we y'all know. If we didn't keep it a bean, y'all would have just thought these niggas just blowing smoke up our asses, dog. We understand, bro. We understand. Panthers, man. To be or not to be. To be or not to be. You should not. How do I even say this? Don't do it. I know y'all want to. Don't do it. I know you want to. Don't do it. Don't be in love with Bryce Young. Don't be at the altar with Bryce Young. Don't be ready to get on one knee for Bryce Young. Let him play another full season before you have any kind of conversations about, a long term relationship. This is a situationship. You guys are just, hanging out, having fun. It didn't connect. It didn't click at first. You guys swiped right. He swiped right. It was supposed to be something serious. You guys weren't on Tinder. You were on Hinge. Hinge is the one where you want to, have a long term commitment, but it didn't work out. But now you see him out in the street, ass a little fatter, got a little confidence again. Tits is nice and perky. You're like, woo, this ain't the Bryce Young I was dealing with last year. Don't fall for it, man. Don't fall for
Don't
it.
fall for it.
It's a BBL. It's a BBL. It's fake. It's not real. Those tits.
Not real.
Not real. The hair, weave. The lips, filler. The nose, not real. The teeth, veneers. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's all smoke and mirrors. I'm just letting you know. Don't be ready to give Bryce Young everything, man. All right, man. And with that, any last words before we get about here, Rod?
What's the score of the game?
It is 6-10 currently. And of course, your boy threw a pick that got called back, man. You know your boy Jordan love throwing that pick, bro. But he got lucky, man. And because that pick got called back, man, they were able to run that ball into the goal line, man. So it is currently 10-7. Lions are up.
All right. Well, hey, man, listen, man. I just want to always give a shout out and a thank you to any and all who listen to this, who tune into the show. We love our supporters. We love all the y'all who show us love and support. Man,
Absolutely.
we gonna keep doing this thing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have a good time doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? We have fun. Hopefully y'all have fun with us. And until the next time, you feel me?
Man.
We in this bitch.
Man, facts of Rooney, absolutely, man. And with that, man,
Yes, sir.
deuces.
Doses.